Next up, we're going to build the arms of the AGE-1 kit. Very few parts. And notice there's a lot of neat, cool panel lining here for those of you who want to panel line this kit. We're going to begin with the shoulder assembly. There we go. It's not too fancy, the shoulders, but just enough to do what you gotta do. Oh, this is something that we pointed out. Bandai sure has figured out ways to actually try to see if they can mold the parts in the form where you don't see the seam lines. So as you can see, it has decided to do it right here at this part of the frame, where it actually, adheres to the design of the shoulders. So you don't see the actual panel lining, it's the seam lines itself. Again, very good work. It's someone in Bandai is really doing a good job here. I've noticed I'm missing some polycaps, so let me pull it out. Or remove them from their trays. Which one is it? 11? Yeah. Number 11. You know, we all know that in spring of next year, 2012, we're going to be seeing the master grade version of this. And I think the design feature is going to be really amazing once it comes out. We've already seen what the inner frame would look like in episode 3 of Gundam Age. So it's pretty much something to look forward to when the master grade kit comes out. Put that in there. Alright, so this is part of the shoulder. Not shoulder, elbow, which I'm going to trim a little bit here. Now then, move on to the arms. I mean the forearms. Take this, and then we'll take this part over here, and then this part go over here. Oops. Actually, that's wrong. I should go the other way. Gotta remember, when you put the part, it has to look back, and there's a reason why. Next, it is this part. That will go like that. And for this, since this is the lift arm, it will look like, it'll have to go like this. And the reason why, because you got that part here, which is the slot for the shield. Next up, we put this part over here. This part over here. We did put, wait a minute, I want to make sure I did this right. 1, 2. So this was not necessary to pull these two out. But this too has to go there. And then we put the arm like this. Now the hands are very simple. There are two parts, as you can see here. And then it goes like that. So there you have it. The arms are now done. And fairly simple and clean. I like it. Let's move on to the next part. Alright, so now we're going to move on with the legs of the AGE-1 Gundam kit. And first up, I'm going to use these little decals, actually they're not decals or decals, they're stickers. And I'm going to apply it on the only part of the kit that is unique, which happens to be the knees. Now, obviously, if I wanted to, I would have easily painted this kit, but because of the weather, I don't think I was able to do it. So, I'm going to use these guys for now. And they're not that bad, actually. Many people were telling me that they're okay. As long as you have no bubbles, then they came out good. So, now, with the instructions, the first thing, I got the poly caps. Where are the, there they are. Poly caps. Let's see, first thing I need to do is put in the poly cap for the foot. So I'll take the upper part of the foot and make sure that the round poly cap is facing, open mouth up. And pretty simple, just slide it in and you're good to go. Next up, it is the, we need this part and this part. Put this one over here. PC7. I might as well get some parts ready. That one goes there. That one goes there, and they're not doubling up on parts here, so be very careful you don't lose anything. So with this part, you apply this poly cap here facing downwards like so. Then you slide, let's see here, I gotta remember the orientation, how this looks. So like this, take this part, put this in there, and then the cover will go over here. There we go. There you go. Okay, for the leg joint, oops, actually no, I accidentally took the wrong poly cap. That one goes there, but fortunately it came out pretty well, so I didn't have to worry about prying it part open. So again, back to this. Put this part here. You may have to finagle a bit in there. There she is. And cover this up. There we go. And then finally, wait a minute, I gotta remember this clearly. Okay, so with this part like this, you take the front frame. Oh, and by the way, you may not notice this, but this part here, there are two versions of this, so you can't go wrong. Well, one will not fit unless the other one is in, so be very careful what you do. And I'm drawing blanks here. Why isn't this not going through? Maybe it's the other way? No, that's right. Excuse me. There we go. Now I did it right. And you cover this up. Again, I don't know if you notice this. You barely see any seam lines. Bandai has figured out how to apply it to this part, to this kit pretty well on a high grade, mind you. Oops. Wrong. There we go. So that's done. The leg part, of course, has no issues here. It's only fairly two parts. Let's see. This one goes down, yeah. Like that. Then you seal that up like this. And then you cover it up with this. Like so. Now the last part here, and this is the one thing that I find it very odd. here is the ankle armor, as you can see here. The ankle armor is supported by this part that connects the foot to the bottom part of the leg. But in order for this to put on, you have to put this one here like so. And then it's held by a single joint to the side. Not two sides, not something that's going to hold on the bottom part of the foot, or bottom part of the leg, by this. I think Bandai may have cut corners here. There could be a specific reason why, but I don't find it very cool. I don't know. It's up to, you know, hopefully they won't apply to this on the Master Grade version. I don't think they would, because if they did, they would get a massive backlash, like they received when they made the 1/100 scale seed kits, second season seed kits with no ball joint. Alright, that didn't go in fairly well, so I gotta fix that. There we go. So we got that in there, we got this in there, and that's it. The legs of the AGE-1 kit are done. Let's move on to the next part. Next up is the torso of the Gundam AGE kit. And again, we have some parts here, the charcoal parts. I already put the ball joint on this kit already. And then, according to this, I guess I have to keep it in this position, and this, I slide that up there, but I gotta then put this poly cap facing this way. Whoops. There we go. So we have that poly cap right there. And then we slide it into place. Like so. Nice and tight. Now, get this part here, which is the actual connection to the legs. Slide that in right there. And interestingly enough, these things pivot right there and turn. Alright, so while that's there, we take the yellow trim, how do I want to refer to this? It's actually part of the front skirts, but more like yellow trimmed, oh god, the word just escaped right out of my mouth and I can't remember what it is, but no problem. So we put that there, and we put that there. Then we have the yellow ones here. Put this one here. And then this one here. Now, by the way, if you thought I did it wrong, you'll notice that this has like a little trim, a little kind of like a design feature here that goes onto these parts, while this is normal, doesn't have that feature. So I didn't do it wrong. So back to this guy. I take this, the front part of the crotch, put the red trim here, and taking this, which is considered the front part of the kit, we slide this in here and slide this guy right through there. There's this part over here, which in truth and matter is, this is actually designed, the hole here is for the action base 2 kits. So you have that feature here. Then we have the rear one, the rear part here that goes like this. And then we slide it into place like that. See? You know what? I kind of goofed up on something. I forgot that this part, I'm sorry, I should have foresaw this first. You have this part here that you slide that in like so, thread it in, and then lift it up. This part actually is used to hold your beam weapon. Yes, Godzilla, I know, I almost made a mistake. So we put it back here. And then before we finish it up, we put these two parts here. Which, you know what? I find it odd that these two parts is empty like this. I thought maybe there were other parts that went into it, but it's actually how it is. We'll cover this soon enough. So, I got that in here. I got that here. And there you have it. The waist unit is done. Let's move on to the next part.